Yes. Welcome to the podcast, Sophie.
Thank you.
It's amazing how I found you in the bar and I scheduled this right there and then, and it's now happening.
Immediately, I know.
How is bar influencing though? The last time I think I heard about Silo, there was some wrong online, they had stolen someone's phone, and I felt like that was the worst way. Like, even if it happened, it was the worst form of influencing anyone can give anyone's venue. But then I saw it online. So tell me about bar influencing before you even tell me about yourself.
Bar influencing, it's tricky.
Okay.
You work at night like a Naskari. But it's fun because it is, how can I say, it's easy to do. It is something you love to do. So to me, it comes easy.
Does it come easy because you also are like, you like going to the bar?
Okay. I think I like going to the bar.
You like having fun?
Yeah, I love to have fun. I love to have a good time. So that's why it comes easy. And most times you're working with friends from the DJ, the MC, the people you're influencing with are the same people you have a good time with. So it really comes easy.
So tell me about you, Sophie. So that the people listening, much as very many people know you as an influencer, yeah, you could probably just take us through who you are, the person you are, what informs your perspective to life, what dreams and goals you have, your ambitions. Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually called Mwiza Sophy. Mwiza Sophy is a short form of my full name.
Yeah.
So I'm Mwiza Sophy. I'm social media influencer. I'm a businesswoman. And I'm also an accountant. That's 9 to 5. Age.
Do you want to tell us your age? Women don't really like telling people their ages, but you have no problem with it, right?
I'm 26.
Okay.
Pretty old.
It's very young.
Pretty old. And yeah, what else should I tell you about me?
Tell me about your journey. Let's go into how did you pass through school? What informed your perspective to like become an accountant? Tell me about that. I want to now understand.
Okay, actually I never wanted to be an accountant.
Okay.
Until I reached campus and maybe I had no choice. Growing up, the firstborn at home, firstborn to a single mom. Yeah, so being a firstborn and a girl and the African society, it comes with a lot.
How so? What does it come with?
There is a lot of expectations. You are looked at. You're definitely born a leader, and I don't know, for some reason you just have to be exemplary, and you have so many people looking up to you, from your parents, your siblings.
Yeah.
So I've always been like that. I had to grow up a bit early because of life and everything which comes with it. So growing up, I grew up in Mokono. It's now Buyukwe. And I went to a school called Vision for Africa. Actually, I was sponsored by Vision for Africa. It's an organization. It does sponsoring. I count myself lucky. I was sponsored from P4 to campus.
Okay.
To campus. So
How do you get this sponsorship? Is it like?
So these guys did come to our place where we used to stay, looking for people to sponsor. I come from a humble background, so definitely I qualified. But I think by the time they came, I was not staying there. I wasn't staying with my mom at the moment. I came around when they had already recruited people. But my mom really tried so hard, and I got into the system. I was a smart kid in class, so it was easy for me to get into the system. My mom said she's doing a good job. Even the teachers could see, because she had to take me to the school.
Yeah.
Paying her own tuition, and I think I studied for like a term, and I was able to get into the sponsorship because I was performing well. So I started my primary and then finished. Yeah, I was the first girl to get a first grade in that school. I was also the head girl, come to think of it. So yeah, because of my performance, I was lucky. I got a good school. I went to Seroma Christian High School.
Seroma. And at Seroma you're still on sponsorship. The things I heard about Seroma are very interesting, but
it's a good school. It's a good school. I don't know about now, but it has always been a good school back then. Yeah, I was still on sponsorship. Then I did my O-level. Then I went to A-level, where I did sciences, hoping to be an architect. That was the goal. And
what did you do? Sciences?
I did mathematics, entrepreneurship, and technical drawing.
Okay.
I honestly wanted to be an architect, but results came out and
you had failed.
I had not failed, but I had not performed good enough to get me there. So I was forced to do accounting, which I actually love. I love figures. I love numbers.
But I've seen you struggled with. You've come out online to say you don't like mathematics. How come you like numbers?
No, I don't think I've said something like that.
You don't say that?
No,
it was a tech thing. I think
it's tech. It's tech. I don't understand. But
you like math?
I like math. I've done math all my life. I find figures pretty simple than reading and all that.
So how much of growing up with a stepmom defines your life now?
I grew up with a single mom.
And what does that mean to you? Like,
not a stepmom.
Single mom.
It's single mom.
Yes, single. How much of growing up with a single mom informs your perspective to life? And do you want to describe that? Like, how is that like growing up with a single mom?
I honestly have to say
Does it make you stronger? Like
it made me stronger, and so many of my decisions today are affected by the past.
How do you mean?
Growing up with a single mom, honestly, it was a struggle. Okay. It was not easy. I watched my mom struggle day to day to make it work. And I'm so glad she actually made it work. That's why I'm not the kind of person you will ever find there saying, it's okay to have a child. Every child comes with their own luck. No, I watched my mom struggle with us. And because of that,
how many?
We are 6 actually, and I'm the firstborn. So today, I really want to be the best person I can be to my future kids. I pray I don't end up a single mom. No one ever wants that. I know it happens. It happens. We plan, but then God also does His own plan. So yeah.
So if you don't want to end up a single mom, do you believe in the institution of marriage?
I believe in marriage.
You want to get married?
I do. I do. I think it's great to be married someday.
Define great. Like, what does that mean to you? Like, if you get ready, what does a marriage mean to you?
Marriage, to me, I've never been married.
But what does it mean? Like, what do you want to get into?
I just want to have marriage. I want to have a good husband. Okay, what does a good husband mean? Supportive, kind, patient, and someone who is, because I believe marriage is not a bed of roses, like they say. It is something you have to work towards or work for every other day of your life. Yeah. So have a partner who is supportive and ready to accommodate you and everything you come with, and have babies or a baby. Have a family and
how many babies do you want to have? 2. Coming from a family of 6.
2, because life is expensive. I think life is pretty expensive. 2 kids are enough.
At 26, do you think you've eaten life with a big spoon? Seeing as you're also a woman with a big bum woman, so.
I can't complain, but I think there is still room for growth and there is room for more. I'm not complaining, but I believe there is so much more.
Okay. So still at 26, do you feel like you are comfortable where you are? Do you feel like there's some vision and plan to the future you want to have?
At 26, I'm not going to beat myself up.
Okay.
I've done well. But like I said, there is still room for improvement. This is not the best, but I'm not complaining. I'm doing my best. I am definitely doing my best.
Do you have traumas you're dealing with?
Yeah, don't we all?
Do you have some you want to share? And how you've dealt with them? You see, the aim of the podcasts, also some of these conversations, why again that with ordinary people is in the quest to find such a good conversation, we make it out. When I'm listening to a conversation like this, I would love to relate to the person in the conversation. So relating to people also includes getting into some of their personal life stories and understanding how they've dealt with things and how much energy they used. So this can still go back to like your education, how you jump, how you said you wanted to be like an architect, then you switch that up into becoming an accountant. How was that like? How did you switch to liking accounting?
You see, like I told you, I was sponsored. So when my results came back, you have to go back to the organization, and for some reason they dictate
what you do.
Yeah, because they pay. So they did dictate for me. You have to go into accounting. And I also looked at it.
Do they still follow up do they also get you a job when you're done, the organization?
We are so many, but they try and get for some jobs. Okay. But I believe an education to me is enough. For me, it was enough. Looking where I come from and where I am now, they did a good job. I would never be here.
Define where you come from.
When I look at my background, my mom, she wouldn't have been able to push me as far as the organization did push me. I wouldn't have had the chance to go to a school like Seroma. She would never have afforded. So to me, I'm so full of gratitude. And I'm grateful. They didn't get me a job, that was enough. I had to hustle my way out, and I'm happy, I'm doing great. Because coming from a humble background, you don't have so much support. No uncles, no aunties. It's literally you, God, luck, making it happen.
How do you understand luck? Do you feel like you're a lucky person?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel like everyone is a lucky person? Do you feel like you're special?
I think I'm very special.
What makes you feel like you're special?
Because of how I get things done. If I put my mind onto something, it's happening, period. I have this mentality of, if I'm going to see someone, maybe business or whatsoever, I always tell myself, as long as I show up, it's done. It's done. And
how does that work? Like some magic?
No, it's not magic. Like I'm going to go there and do my best. I have to get this done. I have to get this business. I have to get this deal. I don't know. I just believe like that. Whatever it takes, you go do your best. Use the brain. Sometimes you're a girl. Step in your feminine energy. It works.
So how have you evolved, going away from all of that power, how have you evolved as an influencer? How do you understand social media influencing? Like, is it sending out tweets? We're in a campaign together, the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
How do you think the contribution of influencer marketing really fills up events?
Very definite. It does.
Because I've seen you almost on every event. You're influencing for everyone.
That's
so tell me about I've seen you on Blankets on Wine. I've seen you on Fireboy. I've seen you on I don't know if you did Winnie Nwaji as just
no, Winnie Nwaji I'm just a fan.
Colleagues with big bands, right? So you have to support each other.
She's great though.
Okay, yeah, definitely. She's also. So how is influencing for you? Like, how do you define it as you? What
as
does,
me?
Yeah, like how do you do it?
I believe influencing is beyond sitting behind your phone or laptop and send tweets. It's understanding what does the client wants, and you know when you wake up and go do your 9 to 5. That's how I take my influencing. I take it very serious. I want to deliver. Honestly, I don't want to just wake up and throw a tweet there.
How have you grown numbers on how have you grown your following?
My following
is it purely organic?
Purely.
When you look at the numbers you have about, let me see. How many people follow you? You have about 71.3k.
Yeah.
Are those real numbers?
They are real numbers. They're real numbers. I had to grow them like from scratch.
Do you feel like 700 from zero?
From zero.
How did you grow them from zero? Tell me. I want to learn that process.
From my perspective, I don't know about the rest, but I think social media is all about being active.
Okay.
That's what I believe, because I have a business page as well for my business, The Soul Connection.
Yeah.
I think I have around 9k coming to 10, and this is a business page. It's all about being present every single day, consistency.
And people just keep following you because of your presence.
See, the more you throw your business into people's eyes, they will eventually see it.
So, now, for example, now like The Soul Connection, do you tell Elite to like say I'm targeting just men who are buying shoes? Do I have groups of men or whoever sees the ad and can afford the shoe?
Targeting everyone, because we sell unisex. We sell for ladies, we sell for gents, and then those which are shared. A gentleman will buy for the wife, girlfriend is buying for the boyfriend. It cuts across.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. Again, still on influencing, you are a nighttime influencer who influences for part of your job also includes drinking a lot of alcohol. How do you survive addictions and all the bad things that come with alcohol?
I'm actually not a hard drinker, I should say. And being in the bar doesn't mean you're drinking. I have so many people I know who actually go out and they don't drink.
Okay.
And they don't drink.
What do they do in the bar? Why would I be in the bar if I'm not drinking?
It's not all about alcohol. Music. Being with friends, catching up. Can you imagine you met me in the bar and this is happening? So it's beyond going there and drinking. It's meeting people. You know, the kind of business we do, for example, influencing. I believe networking is a great thing.
And the bar is like...
And the bar is one of that top center for all of you guys. Yes.
So, the other thing we're talking about, you are very excited to tell me about your story. Now, let us go into the story. From that story, I'll pick the bigger part of the conversation and I'll proceed from there.
My story, okay. I think I've never told my story anywhere. And recently, I was talking to one of my friends.
Yeah.
Random. And they told me, maybe your stories, maybe you should...
This person, you've shared your story with this person you're talking to?
Yeah, like normal conversations with a friend. And they're like, oh, maybe you should share your story. You never know who it could inspire or something like that. My story... I think it starts from way back, education. I count myself lucky, like I told you, given where I come from and how it's been going. And it's not been easy, but we thank God it gets better. I really thank the people of Vision for Africa who gave me an education. It's one of
How bad was it for you before Vision Africa?
It wasn't bad. Okay. I now would have studied, but from where?
Yeah.
I believe the schools we go to shape us into.
Vision Africa is like a foundation, yeah?
It's a foundation. They sponsor like less privileged, okay, I should say. So I studied with so many people, and what makes me, I feel so special that they gave me this opportunity to study. Maybe I would have been somewhere else, married with 4 kids already. Maybe you stop in your parent can only push you up to Form 4, and then you had to go back to the village where you grew up. There is no much exposure, and you end up in nobody.
Yeah.
But I went to Zeroma. I learned a lot from there. I went to school with different kids from different parts of life. Rich kids, ministers' kids, and then you see how life actually revolves. It's beyond your small town where you come from. You learn, and I learned. I got so exposed, and I didn't feel small or I don't belong. Yeah. No, I just used it as an opportunity to learn and to be better. And I made friends. Those friends are the ones who have turned out to, to be the people
your social capital.
Yeah, your social capital. Because I believe we can't do much without friends. We need people. We need people.
Okay.
Yes. So, and because of that, I have a dream. I have a dream of if I get a chance to make it big, well and good. If I don't, I just want
in terms of making it big, what's
the dream?
Yeah,
I want to
what's this dream, first of all?
The dream is to help someone, or one or two, or a group, like how I was helped. Because I do believe there is so many kids out there in the villages with dreams, and then they're brilliant, but they don't have an education, and then something like that. You can actually pick up someone and you make them into someone really great tomorrow, like what happened to me. If I never make the organization, like the one which sponsored me, that's fine. I'll get one child and I'll educate them and make them great.
Hold up, yes, Catherine. Is there something wrong?
Can you fix something?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, in terms of no. Wait, go back to me. Let's just first go back to your dream.
Okay.
And so that I can just pick up the conversation from there.
It's okay.
Do you have an idea of what your dreams are for life?
I want to be rich.
Do you know how you can achieve that?
How can I think I'm working towards that every day. Wake up and hustle in this Uganda.
Do you think hustling is enough to make you rich? Like how rich? Because rich is also relative. I could consider myself a rich man. And to some other people I could not be. What's your definition of being rich?
I think being able to live a comfortable life.
Financially free, right?
Financial freedom, being able to take care of yourself and
those
the people
around
who matter to you without struggling.
And do you think it's realistic for you to hope onto that at some point you're going to be in a financially free?
Imagine not thinking like that.
Because hope misleads. When you look at the odds, you're an entrepreneur, and look at the business, you can look at the numbers and know, like, in 10 years, I'll be making this much profit. I'll be making, by the look of things, I'll be in such a position. Maybe my business will be in position to like get grants and I'll get somewhere. By
I am very optimistic. Personally, I'm very, very optimistic. Even when things go wrong, I know eventually they are going to get better. So no way I can start thinking I'll never make it. There is no plan B to this.
You have to
I
keep your mind
have
like
to.
that.
If this one fails, fine. Then
How many
I'll
things
try
have you
this.
tried and they've failed? How many things in life, it doesn't have to be businesses, how many things do you consider failure? But you know what, I had to get married here and that failed. I started this, that failed. I went to Campus 100 to do this, that failed.
Maybe wanting to be an architect, then that failed. Then I went into accounting and I picked myself up. I've tried to do a few businesses here and there and they fail. The money gets wasted, but it hurts, but I pick myself up and then I try something else. Then you try to venture here, because 9 to 5 is not enough.
You have to add on other things.
You have to try, because life.
Does your 9 to 5 support your soul connection business?
Support?
Does the 9 to 5 support your business?
My business is independent and my 9 to 5 is also.
Like, you see, why I'm asking that now, you see, like this business, for this business to be afloat, it's because the founders of the business have to inject money from their 9 to 5s to put it into the business for it to keep afloat. But besides that, it will be dead and gone. So, yeah, how much of like your 9 to 5 contributes to? And you see soul connection as something big, like where you want to like rest and it makes you money so that you can just go away from the whole experience of being employed under someone else?
Of course, let me start with, does the 9 to 5 inject money into soul connection? You need to start from somewhere. And much as most people might be like, oh, these 9 to 5s, you need capital, and normally it comes from here. So the 9 to 5 definitely helped the soul connection. Capital, sometimes business is bad, but it has to keep running.
How is the soul connection business? Tell me about it as well.
It's we do sell shoes. We have a store at downtown.
And this is entirely owned by you?
Yeah, owned by me. Ham Shopping Grounds, CB14. Sometimes business is bad. Some seasons are good, some seasons are bad. So we had a time when kids were going back to school. People don't buy. And money has been scarce of late. I don't know if it's just me or it's a general thing. Money has been scarce. So some days are good, some days are bad, and you have to keep the business running. So that's why you have to sometimes inject money from this side to the other side. However much I do believe a business should be able to finance itself 100%, but sometimes it fails.
In terms of content creation, how do you see yourself making comfortable money from content creation, like top influencers? Because right now, like let's say Kabilem, that silent guy, who is making a killing and is now a multi-millionaire, I think a billionaire right now. Not sure, these guys will fact check that. But how do you see yourself as a content creator? Do you see yourself to that level, or this is just something you do for fun and while you still have the luxury to do it? Like my friends are going to the bars and probably the gig plugs are my friends.
To be honest, maybe it is something I'm maybe just good at, and I haven't really thought so much about it. I cannot lie that, I've thought about being so big into content creation or something like that. However, I've had friends and then people tell me, I think you can do great, I think you're good, I think you can be bigger. So this is something maybe I just have to look into, that beyond just influencing for events here and there, you can actually make more money out of it. Do you want to help?
Yes. On a very professional level of where we're doing your video content, because part of what we do, by the way, as a studio is we do original web content. Okay. So we do a lot of partnerships with a lot of influencers and do their content. But the other thing I've realized that can be a bigger niche is if you see how if let's say like an artist, like a musician, you're signed up by someone who can manage your content, think about the ideas, because this is usually what turns off content creators, having to do everything themselves. Think of the idea, execute it, then look for a production team, But if you looked at it, it's a lot of work, and if you're doing it alone,
it's overwhelming.
You find issues with how to build that work. Yeah, because then you skip some energy you're putting into the thinking, the storyline, the writing, and all that. So you end up not billing for that, and you get little money out of all the effort you give up. So the long run, it becomes frustrating, where you're not reaping what you sow.
You're putting in much and getting out later.
But the very many ideas I'd share very many of them off the podcast.
So you also believe in me.
Yeah, this is why I've had you on the podcast. This is why I came up to you.
Great, we shall talk about that.
So but no, you cannot do very many things. You have a 9 to 5, you have a business, the dedication and time. But still, Elon Musk does 100 things at the same time. So
we cannot. No, there is always. You can always create some time to make some more money, I believe.
So as a very grateful person also, let's talk about your spirituality.
Okay.
Are you a believer?
I am.
And what does that mean to you? What does
but I don't go to church a lot. Okay. I don't remember when I last went to church, but I grew up on a very Christian foundation. The organization, like I told you, they are staunch Christians. So they instilled a lot of Christianity in us from such a tender age, and I believe I'm still riding onto that today. Then going to Seroma, it is such a Christian school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm still riding onto that. I am a believer. I believe in God. The problem is going to church.
Why is that a problem?
I don't go to church.
But you don't... Okay, I don't know about your faith. But also, the question of spirituality is believing in God enough for you to get out of bed and go and work? Is it why you look up to and you're like, you know what? My God is alive, let me get out of bed and just go and work. Is your faith what drives you? That's like a question. Or just being rich and wanting to make a lot of money.
It's beyond. Is it my faith which drives me? I don't think so.
What drives you?
However, I'm a believer. But I don't know. I do believe in God, but I also believe in humanity. How can I even say it? I mean, I believe in how you treat people. I believe in how you
believe that to survive, you just have to treat your friends as you treat yourself, right?
Yes, I believe in kindness, being fair, and I believe the universe gives you exactly what you give out. So I don't see the point of waking up and you just say God, you pray morning to evening, the whole night, but while you are such a shitty person. For me, I don't believe in that. I believe in being a good person, treating people fairly, being kind, not being a cheat, not being...
Have you been cheated on?
Have I been cheated on? Here we go.
Have you cheated on your spouse before?
No. How can you want me to disclose such information?
Because you probably are not in a relationship or not. But the fact that you're laughing means that you have. And you just can't say it on the camera.
You better cut that out. You better cut that out. I'm not a good liar.
Okay.
You were talking about how
you've experienced love.
Yeah, I told you. And you were asking about, is it how do you handle emotional intelligence and all that? Yeah. I think one of the greatest things in relationships, I'm not an expert, but I think communication is key. Say exactly what you mean and mean exactly what you say.
But that's a hard thing to do. It's easy to say it like you just say it. Hey, say what you mean. Do you say everything you mean?
I swear, relationships, you need to try. I think with relationships, you need to try. Especially, okay, I really think I'm grown. Like at this age, why would I lie so much like that? What are you going to do to me?
Okay.
Like, I will say exactly what I mean. At least I would try. I cannot say it will be 100. And I believe we need to do better. Like why are you leading on someone when you actually don't intend on staying with them for some long time? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Have you experienced pain?
Pain, like...
that you know of, that you know what? I have gone through this situation and it was such a painful situation. Things like heartbreaks. Have you gone through heartbreaks? Was it painful?
Yeah,
How did you overgo that?
Honestly, healing has no formula. It has no time. You just let it hurt. This is what I believe. Maybe you let it hurt. Maybe until it cannot hurt anymore. Because what are you going to do about it? You literally can't do much about it. So, me, I let myself go through the pain. If it's happening, I'm just going to do my best. Do what I can do. And when it comes to emotions and what, you really have no control. That is the saddest bit of it. It will hurt. Even when you feel like it should not hurt, it will hurt. You're like, okay, I think I should be healed after 2 months. But look, you're still as messed up as you were.
I feel like there's no formula. You just wait it out through time.
Yeah, and...
but exercising, meditation, any of those things that really help you collect your mind and put... any power you give to the mind, I feel like helps greatly. For me personally, I think making continuous exercises, then meditating. I went through a very bad heartbreak. I always speak about it on the podcast, so I don't want to talk about it with you because I feel like I've oversaid. But one of the ways I went through it, one, I smoke marijuana, so of course it does
help
with a few memories. Do you smoke marijuana?
No.
Do you drink alcohol?
I do.
Why don't you smoke marijuana?
I don't have...
Do you feel like it's a bad thing? Were you taught growing up that smoking marijuana is a bad thing?
Of course, they always told us you want to be like that spoiled guy, Kuchalo. So we grew up knowing it's wrong. But I think I've tried it before. Bandwagon, I should say, because everyone is smoking, and there is that people who smoke marijuana rate it. It's not like us.
How did you feel the first time you smoked it?
Nothing. Maybe my expectations were very high.
Maybe you didn't smoke it very well?
Yeah, all I did was...
Do you want to be taught how to? Very well?
But actually, the first time I tried...
Do you want me to teach you? Sometime?
To learn?
Yeah.
So that I learn. Isn't it even illegal?
It's helpful. But the first time you tried?
It didn't help. But then there was some other random time I tried and it worked. I smiled for like 5 hours. Oh my God. I was happy.
So the happiness, that was cheese.
I was just smiling ear to ear the whole time.
And what was going on in your mind? Did you feel any type of way? Do you know how you feel when you're drunk? Have you drunk a lot of alcohol and you feel?
Yes.
Did you get that same feeling at any time?
No. Actually, yeah. I remember saying the heights for weed are different and nice, and maybe that's why everyone who smokes rates it.
So you do not want those heights?
They're really good. You know, when the moment you get drunk from alcohol,
it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
The headache.
Your head is spinning. You want to throw up. You want to sleep.
But surprisingly, you do this every weekend. How do you handle?
I don't do it every weekend, but I think with time, I learned how to handle my alcohol because hangovers are nasty.
Have you ever dealt with an alcohol addiction issue in your life?
Never. I'm not like so much into alcohol. I'll drink on a weekend, or when I find I drink company, or I don't know, when my friends are there and we're having a good time, then I'll drink. Then I can go a week or 2 a month without drinking. I can't do that. Maybe wine. Is wine drinking?
Yeah. But I'm not like to an addiction, yeah.
Wine has to be in the house. Wine has to be in the house.
What type of wine?
Sorry?
Are you into what type of wine?
I love red dry wine.
Red dry wine.
Yeah, I take Nederberg a lot.
Ah, interesting.
Yes.
As a human being, what are your operation principles? Like, how do you operate? Like, what are your principles, Sophie?
Principles, I think I'm one of the easiest people to deal with. I'm not complicated. I'm not picky or stuff like that. I just love to deal with well-mannered people. I don't know if that makes sense.
What is well-mannered?
I believe for me to...
What does well-mannered look like? Yeah, that's like the question.
Well-mannered person, in my perspective. How can I say? Treat people with fairness. It still goes back to what I said.
Yeah.
Don't do someone the way you wouldn't want to be
Done.
Don't be out there.
That's a very hard statement. Do not do someone the way you'd want to be done.
It is you overthinking it. But I think...
How would you want to be done?
We need to be decent humans. I think that's what I should say. I can't deal with people who are not decent humans. You're out there being trouble or, not being a good person.
Okay. What are your top priorities in life, Sophie?
My priorities in life. I don't be here thinking about such things every day. What are my priorities in life?
That's the beauty of this podcast is you have the time to just think about them now. You can even give me a wrong answer. That's the because I don't expect you to have correct things. It's not like answering. But like priorities, things you've thought about, like, you know what? Yeah, this is a priority to me. Things you don't compromise on regardless of anything. Like you see conversations now, like for me and the podcast, it's a priority in my life. I don't make money off this podcast. I probably spend much more money making it happen. But it's seeing as it's a priority, when I book into a conversation, I see to it that it happens.
It's fulfilling.
Yeah. So it's like a priority, of course. Family is also a priority.
Family is priority. I think my family, my mom, my siblings, they are priority. And because they're priority, then you'll find other things are priorities by default because of that. So you have to try and work hard so that the people you prioritize are actually prioritized, So I prioritize family. I don't have much. It's family and friends and work. Yeah. Maybe one day when I'm married, then I'll prioritize my own family and then my
How do you
kids.
respond to your problems? Do you have to go out online and tweet about them? Do you call your friends? Do you go see a therapist? How do you generally deal with problems with life, with your life issues?
Man, sometimes...
Do you book, how do they call them?
Spa.
Yeah, spa. Or call a booty call and get crazy sex and get back to your senses.
No, oh my God, what problems would make you...
Very many. Do you know how sex is such a brain power thing that it could relieve your mind from issues once you have it? Do you know how people who have sex are genuinely happy people? Haven't you seen those stats? Who have a lot of sex?
I think sex is good. Sex is good, so yeah, maybe it can help other people.
It doesn't help you deal with the issues.
If I'm stressed, man. But normally, speaking to friends or a friend, I have my friend Miranda. She's like,
I know her.
Yeah, she's like my human diary. You call her even at the slightest. But if you're seeing someone, you can talk to that person if you're dating. And when I was dating, I would run to my partner first. Or ranting. Sometimes I've tweeted about things. I'm not proud of that.
Yeah.
And we grow. I believe the public doesn't have to know what's going on.
But we're in a world where the public is around us through what we do, our algorithm. This is why we have followings online. Like you said, you have 71.3K.
And honestly, you don't want to have all those 70,000 people knowing your problems.
Do you only have to show your wins online? Do you believe that's realistic enough that we only go to our feeds to see a bunch of people that are curated only the perfect parts of their lives, and they've left out all the other 78%? 78% could even be little. Let's say 90%. What happens is people curate the 2% that is success, and then leave out all the 98% that is fail.
Yeah, maybe we as individuals, we need to know everyone has struggles. Literally.
So why aren't you comfortable posting your struggles?
I don't even post my wins as such. Like, things can happen, and a few people who know. That's been me so much lately. Maybe it also comes with growth. I never feel the need to prove myself or to get approved by the public or stuff like that. I mean, it happens. But I also don't crucify people who post their wins or post what they're going through. We are honestly different people. And tweeting about something gives you a certain kind of relief. That's the truth. So people who do it, I don't even blame them.
There's like a dopamine rush you get after you tell the world about the wins, because then you expect them to react positively with you when you share. And that feeling is a feeling most people don't want to miss out.
Yes, and some people...
Have you suffered something like that where you feel like you need to, how do they call it? Get justification, or you need to like cling onto other people's power to realize your own?
You see, media. If it's media, I think this is very honestly, I believe people who grow followings, you start small, eventually, if not all, you reach a point and this little fame will get to your head. And I believe most people have had that phase.
Yeah.
Where you feel like, oh my God, I'm known by the whole Uganda. No, you're not.
Have you ever felt like that?
I think I've been there before.
Where you're Twitter famous?
Yeah, like I felt like, oh my God. And because of that, you end up tweeting rubbish. Like even when it shouldn't be out there. Because you feel like you command a lot of engagements and all that.
Yeah.
But eventually, I think you outgrow that.
Do you feel like a big percentage of the people that follow you online follow you because you have what Ugandan would describe as a perfect body?
I don't think so. I don't frequently post my pictures.
People know you a lot. I actually know you because of your pictures. Before I knew how you look, because now I started hanging out on the places you hang out from, and then I put face to like profiles, but I knew the pictures before anything you posted. At least I knew that you have a big bum before I knew that you have.
When big bums are finishing Kampala.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a big contribution to that? Do you feel good about your body? Do you feel comfortable with your body? Do you feel like you're a perfect, beautiful person? Or you know how it is? You know how it's easy for Pablo, I am on the podcast. Do you know how like someone could see you from that side and then they feel like they could have what you have, but where you are, you're like, oh my God, I wish you knew that I don't feel good with myself. Do you? Yeah, tell me.
I'm confident, but as human beings, we all have struggles. Like, especially women. If you've seen
what are your struggles?
If you've seen my Twitter, I joke a lot about my bihogo arms being rendered by origin. They normally come along by default. So my friends joke about it because I make jokes about it. I'm like, guys, I'm going to go to the gym so that I can shed off the bihogo arms. And of course I would want
Can gym help with... Yeah, it does. It helps everybody part.
Yeah, it helps. So actually, I gym a lot, but so the hands, maybe they can be smaller, but that's okay if they're not smaller. It's fine. There is always room for improvement, even the body. Oh, I would love to get a flatter stomach, even if the one I have is not that big, but
Okay.
yeah, it's okay. But I'm confident with myself.
And you like yourself the way you are.
I like who I am. I'm okay. I'm a big deal.
I agree. I totally agree. Do you feel like the average 26-year-old girl, to have a comfortable life at that age, they need to be supported by a sugar daddy?
No. But you can have one.
Do you have... What are you saying you're kidding?
No, but no. I think you can have a...
Some people have sugar daddies and also have boyfriends at the same time. Look at the sugar daddy concept as a side business. As a strictly business idea. It's like people who create OnlyFans content. It's strictly business to them and in their mind, and some of them go ahead to win. It's just making money.
But when we are in a very liberal world today, and so many things are acceptable, honestly, I believe in working hard, but I also believe in being a trophy wife at home. What do you want? If you have that man who is going to cater for everything and give you a comfortable life, man, go for it, because there is no trophy in who suffered most in this world. Have
you experienced life with a sugar daddy?
What do you mean?
Having experienced life with a sugar mommy.
Having a man who is going to
take care of everything else. But I do not know. What does sugar daddy mean to you?
To me, maybe. I don't even know what you guys be terming as sugar daddy. I believe... Is it when a woman has a man who literally provides for them everything? You can get this.
Doesn't your boyfriend provide for you everything? Okay, not like you don't provide for yourself, but technically men are meant to provide.
Men are meant to provide.
Exactly.
So man,
not all men are sugar daddies.
Yeah.
Sugar daddies it's strictly transactional.
Who says it's transactional?
It's transactional. You give the guy sugar.
He gives you also his sugar.
Yeah, then he gives you sugar.
Win-win.
It's a win-win business. Do you feel like it's immoral to live life that way?
It's not immoral.
Have you had a sugar daddy before?
I've not, but okay, let me first ask you a question. No emotions attached here?
Yeah.
Oh, there should be no emotions. No, I've not had that.
Okay, emotions attached.
I'm emotional. I believe for me to see someone, there has to be a certain connection with them, And I've dated people who take care of me much as I'm working or what. If that's a sugar daddy, then yeah. But there is no such a thing as a sugar daddy. Your men should provide for your women.
Are you going to be a submissive wife? Because if you want a provider, then you're supposed to be a submissive wife. That's not how it works.
I believe in being a woman. There is nothing interesting in being the man in the house. To me, I am submissive. I just don't want to be the man.
What do you feel about women empowerment? In general, like, what's your perspective on women empowerment?
My perspective about women empowerment is not us becoming the men, but being empowered while we are still women. Because I don't know, but I feel like women, we are great and we can do so many things. We are brilliant. We can nurture. We can do so much what men can do. I believe in empowering women getting educated, getting those big corner desk offices, like those jobs, women being in politics, while still being mothers, while still being wives. That's what I believe in.
Do you have scenarios or examples of situations where you have been disrespected by the patriarchy system?
Yeah, so many times. My very first job, I was the only girl in office and the youngest. And, I remember asking for salary increment and they told me, but what responsibilities do you have? Then I'm like, is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I'm 24? I think I was like 23 or 24. And then I was like, but do I do the job I'm supposed to be doing here? They acknowledged it. But they still feel like I don't have those much needs. Even if I do the exact job or even beyond, I'm a girl. I don't have a family, or like I'm not feeding anyone or whatever, or I'm young. It rubbed me the wrong way, and I remember telling them I'm going to resign, and I wrote my resignation letter, and that's how I got an increment, because they didn't want to lose me. So I have to go an extra mile to explain to them why do I need a salary increment just because I'm young and a woman.
Okay. So they were not increasing salaries for women?
No, I don't know about I was the only lady, like I told you. I was speaking for me as an individual. And the questions they were asking me were, but what responsibilities do you have? You don't have a family like so and so. You're young. You're a woman. Don't you have a boyfriend? I remember
They asked you if you had a boyfriend?
I remember it was COVID, when COVID came through. And they wanted me to go and stay at office.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm staying here, I need allowances for this and then for this. They're like, don't you have a boyfriend? Don't you have a boyfriend? Like, really, what makes you think?
Wow.
That
was really unfair if someone can ask that.
Yes.
More so from like a job that's supposed to pay.
They're supposed to give you allowances. So it happens. So we need to be empowered more, because I think we do a great job as women.
Like what, giving birth?
Beyond giving birth, still that's a great job. Can you give birth?
No,
you can't. Such a great thing you can't do.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give birth alone though? Can you give birth without the sperms in you?
You'll give me the sperms, but you can't carry the child. I can get them from somewhere, though. I can buy them.
They have to have come from a man.
I know, we all play a big role, and I think we are all great in our roles.
Okay. So what are some of the most offensive ideas that have run through your mind randomly about the world? Like maybe about thinking about changing the world. Things you've thought that if this was done like this, it could have worked. Anything you've seen like that is unfair. Like I wish this was done like this. Things you'd change about, let's say, the country.
You see, I've never been the political person or that. I think until I entered into employment and I saw how it's very unfair.
Yeah.
How we study so much and then go and get paid very, very small amounts of money. We don't have nothing like salary wages. You studied and then you're underpaid. There is way too much tax. Being an accountant, so I know how these taxes really run.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow you're seeing stories, someone embezzled funds. Honestly, as an individual, it's sickening. Maybe we deserve better. We deserve systems which work, especially as a country. As we are paying taxes, can they work? Because even a person who is paying 300,000, they are paying payee.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you feel about the taxes though? They seem to be quite many. As an accountant, do you feel like some taxes are unreal? Do you know of them? Like, this tax is useless. Besides the fact that, of course, we already know that they're not going to like...
There are so many. For example, why am I paying payee? Then why am I paying eldest? That is the local service tax.
Wait, what is the local service tax?
This is our tax employees pays it after 4 months.
Local service? And what is the local service? In this case, what do they mean? What is it supposed to do?
I don't know.
So pay as you earn, right?
Yeah, pay as you earn. This is like a percentage of
Your salary.
tax. Sorry, your salary. And then there is also NSSF, which is supposed to be a saving, but you may never get it. Like, do I have to first make 65 years? Is it 65? How many
Do you think
years?
you'll make it to 65?
That is also a question.
Do you think you'll make it to
I
65?
think I'll make it. Like, we have to be optimistic.
Besides just being optimistic, there are ways you can find out that you'd make up.
Like what?
Besides going to a life calculator, you should try out a life calculator, by the way. Okay. But also, the other way is taking care of your health.
I started gymming.
How often do you gym?
Like a minimum of 4 days a week.
Do you gym in the night and in the morning?
During day, like 11, midday, like that. 1. Then
how much time do you spend in gym?
2 hours.
How do you monitor your diet?
I love meat a lot. So that's the challenge I'm facing. However, I don't eat late in the night. That is something I cut out. Unless otherwise, for example, you've been out and then you're hungry and then... But I try so much not to eat late in the night. And drink water, warm water and all that. Because I believe I naturally have a big body. So you have to maintain or watch or what, otherwise you can blow out of proportion. Yeah, so you have to.
Okay, as we conclude, what legacy are you trying to leave behind?
What legacy am I trying to leave behind?
Yeah, after you answer that question, then you start asking, then you conclude.
First of all, I'm going to start with my family.
Yeah.
I want to be that sister my siblings look at and they are motivated to look at me and they're inspired and to be great because their sister was or is great. Good. Yes. Then in the community, still to be someone who is looked at. Yeah. I believe in being...
I've just remembered you said you were head girl in school. Do you have political ambitions in the future? Do you see yourself as taking
Not at all.
leadership?
I think I was head girl because they believed in me. But as of now, not at all. But I believe you don't have to be into politics to be a great person or to do big things in your community. Like I told you, I want to start an organization which is going to help a girl child to get the education I got. If I never make the organization, I'll pick 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 and educate them. I just want to impact someone's life without expecting anything in return.
Okay.
Someone I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're still going back to your legacy. You're done with the family.
Yeah. So, like, I've talked about the family, then the community, like I told you. I'm not into this whole non-government organization things and all that yet, but it is something I honestly want to do someday. To me, it feels like paying back. I just want to educate someone. I don't mind boys, girls, but I'm looking at girls because all my life I've been a girl.
Yeah. Do you think you'll change into an animal soon?
Of course not. So yeah, I really want to get, even if it's just one little girl from the village who has no hope, and
give them the hope.
I give them the hope.
You want to support someone?
100, like supporting you from A to Z. Yes, so that your life is better tomorrow and you can just walk away.
This person doesn't have to be your child.
I actually don't need my child because my child, I have to take care of them anyway. So I need the most random person. Now I was sponsored by someone in Germany who has never seen me, but they put savings aside every month to make sure that I go in school.
Yeah.
They've never seen me. I'll never pay them back. So I feel like it should be like that.
Okay.
For me as well.
That's good. Now it's your turn.
It's my turn to ask you. Where should I start from? The podcast or podcast? I didn't know I was going to ask questions, so I'm thinking about them now. Since it's a conversation anyway. So what are your plans for this big conversations by ordinary people?
What do you mean plans?
What's the big picture? Okay, you told me first of all it's something you do passionately.
Yeah.
It's not that you're making money.
The big picture is to have as many conversations that are helpful with as many people as we can.
As you can.
Yeah, as possible. There's maybe we're going to switch up a little bit and go to like having live audiences soon.
Live? That's
audiences
like...
where people are listening in right now. Like
oh yeah.
Yeah, but not here.
Not here, somewhere else.
We partner with quite a number of other studios and warehouses to get things done. So that, but also this is not the only podcast I have. We have quite like, I think we produce the most number of podcasts in the country. We have like 12 running. Right now there's the Mindspace podcast. It's a podcast on mental health.
So that can be found on Spotify. Everywhere.
We have a Guy Gwe podcast, a podcast on guy issues only. I wanted to start a podcast. So
where is one for ladies?
Yeah, I want to start with one. I'm looking for a host.
Okay.
Initially I thought there's a friend of mine I wanted to co-host it with. Do you ever want to have a podcast?
Do I want to have a podcast?
Do you think you can have a podcast? But we'll talk about very many ideas.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I can. No, I believe in learning. It's not something...
Just talking. You could, whatever way. Lifestyle, anything.
Lifestyle. Okay. I think I can. Oh, we can talk about that. Talk about that.
And seeing as you stay around here can become quite easy for you.
Very close, yeah. If I don't shift.
You want to shift?
Chiwatu is not having electricity. Umeme. Anyway, I'm around. Uh-huh. So we can.
So that's to answer that question. That's really precisely it.
Okay. So what else do you do besides this?
I am a salesman. I'm also I design websites. I also do digital marketing strategies for people. I consult with people how they should handle digital marketing. I'm also a data science student.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. Like Kampala is full of hustles.
But I'm also into real estate, so I'm a real estate broker. Easy like that.
You can help me get a house and many more.
Yeah, houses. I also have houses that are for buying, that are fully furnished, and you can see Airbnbs like that. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Ugandans, we are doing a lot of things.
We're hustlers.
We are hustlers. Our generation.
We can't make it. Our government has fucked us up enough for us to count on just one thing. Yeah. As a country.
One thing is not enough. Actually, the side hustles are becoming the main hustles.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Uh-huh.
I think
that's it. Thank you for coming to the podcast, Sophie.
Thank you.
Definitely looking forward to working with you on so many things. Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Looking forward to you coming back here to visit me, even if when there are no people.
No cameras.
No cameras. Just coming to have fun.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.